Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Jimmy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just wanted to have a little discussion, some thoughts that I have when it comes to shooting video, when it comes to the Xt2. Many have noticed that I've been making some extra videos here and there, and it's purely just to practice shooting video with the Xt2. And I'm just not familiar with it all that much. Before this, I was using the Xt1 strictly for pictures, Xe2 strictly for pictures, and for video, I was using a Canon Vixia HG20, something like that, this big honking camcorder that was specifically for video. And I loved that camcorder. There's something to be said about having something specifically for that purpose. You just kind of plug in and go. And some people think, well, why would you get a camcorder, spend the extra money when the camera can do that exact same thing? Yes, the camera has its strengths. It covers more ground. The camcorder is strictly that. It was a great camcorder, and it was just the way it handled focus, the way that it handled projects, the way you film things on there. It was more streamlined than it was with the Xt1 at that time. So I was more compartmentalized the way I thought about video and photography. And when I shot YouTube videos or made video projects, that was my go-to tool, which is a camcorder. Because maybe I grew up that way using the camcorder, I always kind of was in that train of thought. I am now trying to force myself to use the Xt2 for videos, and I'm now able to see the differences in workflow and whether I feel like it's more cumbersome at all, which I'm starting to understand why people use this for video as well as for pictures. Seems common sense, I know, but what makes it sweeter is that the quality, I would say, is nicer on the mirrorless camera in my opinion. I've messed around with lighting, I've messed around with post-processing. I feel like with the Xt2 or with these mirrorless camera, DSLR type of cameras, especially in the Fuji line, I can't speak for anything else. I've used the Rebel series a while back, but I feel like the video quality was not that good. Maybe that's what turned me back to using the camcorder. But with these Fujis, especially with the Xt2 and this humble lighting setup that I have here, the quality is much better. And it makes me think like, wow, all that post-processing I tried doing, it just made things harder for myself when this makes such better quality from the get-go. So if you are interested in using video, yes, the camcorder has its own way of making things easier for you, but the Xt2, the Xt3 are more suited for videographers as well. So don't discount these or think it's more complicated. In a way, it's complicated because I'm not used to it, but it works. It definitely works. And if you guys are wondering what lens I'm using right now, I'm using the 18 to 55 millimeter lens with the crop sensor. It's definitely a little different than that. I don't have a calculator on me, I don't know. But this is considered the kit lens. And as you know, kit lenses for the Rebel series they're okay, they're not so great. But for the Xt2 and the X series, the kit lens is actually considered pretty amazing. So this is what I'm using right now. I'm not using a prime lens, and it's a very versatile lens if you consider me using this for photography. But now that I'm using it for videography and filming myself, wow, this 18 to 55 millimeter lens with the Xt2 sensor makes a dynamic pairing. So definitely give it a shot. I just want to let you guys know that the videoing thing with the Xt2 is going really well, and I plan on giving you more of my humble tips when it comes to photography as well as video now, because I've made a lot of mistakes and I want to pass that on to you guys so you don't make those same mistakes. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.